Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. Yeah, videos today from datingwright.
No man alive gives a if his woman has a job. None. Zero. That's like caring if your toaster has Bluetooth and a sunroof. You'll never see a man
There are women with Bluetooth freaking toasters, though.
brag to his boys that she's got a killer accounting job and a 401k with dental. No, men don't date women for their resume. And women love to ask, babe, would you still love me if I worked at McDonald's? Lady, he doesn't care if you own McDonald's. He just wants nuggets. So keep your job or quit your job, do whatever the hell you want. But he'll forget you even have one before your Pilates class is over.
It's the entitlement that a lot
I wouldn't say it was completely like that. Yes, we care that you can at least take care of yourselves, but we never cared how much money you make.
of these women have, because expecting a man to care about your success and all of your achievements more than you do is just crazy. Some of these women need to stop bragging about adult achievements.
Every man that I've gone on dates with that has been a masculine energy man, he's secure, he's confident, he's financially successful, they never ask me about my work, my job, my career. They don't ask me at all. They don't care. They don't care if I'm CEO or if I'm working minimum wage. They do not care.
Nope.
They maybe around date 3 will maybe be like, what do you do? And it's more like just kind of curious as far as like getting to know me. And it's usually like, do you like what you do? Do you like your job? Do you like what you do every day? But they're not asking very specific questions. It's more like, what time are you done with work so I can take you out?
Yep.
Those are the kinds of questions.
Yeah, what days you work? When you get off? Is it flexible for you to get off whenever you want, so we can plan things out of the norm?
Those men ask me. But then the insecure men who are not in their masculine energy, they bombard me with questions about my job. They want to ask me so many questions. At one point, I was like, should I just tell you what my salary is? Jeez.
She made a good point in there about the financially savvy guys would only ask her questions like, are you happy at your job? Do you love what you do? Because that's the only question I ask women. First off, do you love or just like your job? And hopefully she loves it, because those women are more pleasant to be around. That's why I ask women that question, just to see what type of energy and vibe she's gonna give off.
Another hot take.
Do you want someone that's miserable at their job, and their job makes them miserable? That means they're miserable almost every single day.
You know how men are like, money, education, the job you have matters when you're a man, but when it comes to dating women, we don't care about your education, we don't care about your job. That's not what we want in a woman. That's not what we look for.
That's not what we want. We still want these things in a sense. We don't want women to be dumb. We don't want them to be uneducated and poor. But we don't care. This is not the forefront of why we pick women, is why we're trying to tell women.
I think the men who say that are just... I think in actuality, like, men in healthy relationships do care about the education level of their partner. They do care about the ambition.
I just said this. It's just not the reason why we picked you. The reason why we picked you is because you're gorgeous and you're nice to us.
Their partner. They do care about the job their partner has. They actually care about those things. They understand that modern day relationships are a partnership. They want to be able to have equally yoked conversations with their partner.
We don't care about
They
that.
want equal intellect. They want to be with someone who is on a similar intellectual wavelength. The men that say, we don't care about your degrees, we don't care about your job, they're just intimidated. They actually want a woman who is less accomplished because they feel that it would be easier for them to control her, right?
Why does everything go down to control? Why does him having higher status or makes it him that he can control her?
When you have access to your own money, when you are educated, you make different choices, right? You navigate life differently. So when they say they don't care about those things, it's not that they don't care. They don't want those things so they can control you. They're intimidated by those things. That's my hot take.
You knew she was gonna throw men being intimidated in there. She had
Of course.
But anyways, she made that sound like it came off like, like a man only want to date a woman on his level. And a man want a woman who can be intellectually intelligent just like he is. I don't think that's the case. Of course, any man would love a smart, brilliant lady. But my girlfriend or my wife don't have to be a genius like me. She can have different beliefs. She can be into other things other than what I'm in.
I mean, to find another genius like me? Good luck.
Into
I'm just
I'm
saying.
gonna make this nice and easy. Cause when the fellas talk about how back in the day was sweet, this is what we talking about right here. This fine shit right here, alright? Look at the Timbs. Look at the dungarees. You understand? The baggy dungarees. Look at the polo. Look how she's standing on some...
This is like the 90s look. 90s was so oversized. Everything people wore in the 90s and early 2000s was like super oversized. When you watched a lot of Kings of Comedy or just a lot of comedy specials in the 90s, everybody wore like super baggy suits.
B-boy shit. This was the face card tomboy. And this girl was breaking all the hearts back in the day. Look at the hairstyle. See, back in the day, all we had to judge on was from hair to hair. Alright? Face and personality. That's all it's y'all have.
This is why I think I still have like that very strong face card, you know, like as in like I care about the face a lot. Like the face matters way more to me than everything else. Like she can have big boobs but have a shitty face. I probably won't go for it. But she could have like almost no assets and a decent looking face. I'd probably still go for it because I'm more of a face guy. But I grew up in the 90s where like all you saw was face.
Niggas in a chokehold back in the day when y'all used to dress like convicts with baggy clothes. Y'all had us in a choke. Men was more in love with this than the fine shit today with the spandex and the Uggs that lean to the side. You know what I'm saying? Real hair, real hairstyle.
oh, what a time was had. The early 1990s was a whole vibe. And some,
I said it, man. It was nice. And I was a kid back then. In 92, I was 5 years old. And I was still able to observe all of this when I was a kid.
some of you guys, I'm sure, know what I'm talking about. The women were so different before social media. The feminine energy that a lot of women gave off, it was nostalgic, man. But once the cell phone and social media era came,
Yeah, people are a lot more individualistic, as in their personalities were all so much different from each other, especially the women. Now when you look at women, they all have this entitled attitude, this condescension. They're all very similar, right? Back in the day, women were just so different from each other. Like you met one woman and you met a different woman the same day. You would never even think that they were the same type of person.
it was just honestly downhill from there.
You need something?
What's going on? How you doing? See,
You trying to buy gas?
No, I'm not trying to buy gas. You don't got a man. I'm trying to get at you.
Okay, buy this gas.
Buy the gas.
Yeah, buy the gas. All right,
You ain't
so
even
fill
tell
it
me
up.
your name yet, though. What's your name? Like,
Cinnamon.
come on, that ain't even valid. Come on.
My name is Cinnamon, and now you're being disrespectful.
Come on,
See how serious you are about it. Fill it up.
I mean, I'm like that. I got that.
All right, so go ahead. Let me see what you got.
That ain't nothing but gas. Bro.
I need
It's just these women.
the premium.
It's on your gas tank. I see it.
Okay, just make sure don't give me the regular stuff.
Come on, you see what I'm driving over there?
Yeah, all right. So show me something.
Big body.
All right.
Bruh. Come on, man.
Make sure it's premium.
There should be state and federal laws against simping.
Seriously.
Pumping. Fill it up. Fill it up.
Like, so
Remember I told you to lean up off my car earlier? You got to lean up off my car, boo.
you gotta get this joint washed anyway. Let's go to
I
the car
do. I
wash.
do.
I'll follow you to the car wash.
All right, so go ahead. Go get in your car. I'm going to wait right here. Go get in your car.
Don't get a detail and all that.
All right, so go ahead. Go get in your car. I'm going to wait for you. Go off the car, dude.
You wow. Let's exchange numbers real quick.
Please lean up off the car.
Hey,
Yeah. The way your attitude is, like, again, you think you're slick or something.
All right, cool. See you later.
And then they wonder why men just don't want to deal with women anymore.
Okay, so I'm talking to the women this afternoon. So let me share a little bit something, a little wisdom, knowledge, and I ain't trying to put nobody down, but let me ask you something right now. So all of these so-called social media creators, and some of them has almost got all 500,000 to 1 million followers, have sit up here and pushed this narrative into a lot of y'all women head that you can't go 50-50 with a man.
Yeah.
That a man, you are the prize, and that if they are masculine, they should bring and pay all y'all bills. Okay. If all that is true, it is just true. But let me ask you this right here. What you should ask yourself. What make you different than the other woman that a man do that shit for you? Why is it that a man that's hardworking and can do all those things, because there's a lot of men that can actually do all those things, but why would he do it for you? So a lot of y'all might say, well, he'll do it for me because I'm this and I'm this and I got this and that and this. But why would he do that for you when he can be with a woman that will go 50-50 with him? Or he would be with a woman that will help him build. So why would he choose you if he was a really, really smart man? Number two, a lot of these social media creators that's telling y'all that, oh, I'm allergic to working. Oh, if a nigga gonna lay over me, they gonna pay my bills, they gonna do this, they gonna give me a soft life, they gonna do this and that, and don't y'all sell out on y'all self. A lot of them, especially like Sprinkle, she was married. She monetized off of y'all misery.
Yep.
So these social media creators, they monetize, and half of them got half rich and bought nice houses and all that off of y'all, off that narrative. But the sad thing of it is these women got a man or a husband. And you don't went and quit your boyfriend, your baby daddy, and who else, because they want you to help pay some bills, or they want you to help them build. And you don't sit up and listen at these women that sitting out here on social media that don't actually got a ring and don't got a lifestyle, and they don't monetize off you. Now you sitting up here single and broke.
I mean, they're pretty much Beyonce, but it's just a smaller scale, right? It's telling everybody, single ladies, but still have a billionaire in the background funding everything.
Because a half of y'all that want the men to pay y'all bills and take care of y'all broke. And you don't want to provide that life for yourself, and you want somebody to give it to you. So that's why you keep hollering that you ain't gonna go 50-50, you ain't gonna do this and that unmasculinize a man. Man, get your ass up and do something for yourself. Ain't nobody coming to save you. And in 2026, what makes a man want to do that for your ass that got 3 baby daddies? 3 baby daddies.
True.
You got a 17-year-old son by somebody else. Ain't nobody signing up for that shit.
Hell no.
Some of the men that sign up that shit probably desperate and wore out. Now, I ain't gonna even get on.
Yes, she went in on that. Now, we know single women keep women single, but what about the secretly married women out there giving single women terrible advice? Because
we don't even talk about that often. He's right. Dating right is totally right. Yeah, there are women that are married that are, I guess, love misery for single women. Like, just giving these women horrible advices because they know they got what they need. They got a man.
Because that lady, Shira Savin, she definitely made money off of gullible women by telling them stuff like, oh, a man got to do this and that, when we all knew that her husband behind the scenes wasn't doing all that. But these social media women love to put this persona up as if they are not on their husband's or boyfriend's program.
And unfortunately, I do talk very soft to that man. Unfortunately, I do talk very soft to that man. Unfortunately, my voice does change. Unfortunately, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, I do turn into...
That's how things work. You guys think I talk exactly like this to my parents or to my family members or to my aunts? No, my voice softens up greatly when I'm talking to my dad and my aunts. Like it's just how it works. You talk differently to talk to different groups of people.
Into his baby girl. I do, which is why I will never answer the phone for him around you. I'll go outside. I'll take it outside. I'll be back. Cause the moment y'all see how I switch up when I talk to that man, immediately I'm losing my player card. I'll never be able to come back from that. I will never be able to come back from. If y'all heard the...
Why can't you just be honest about it? That you love your husband, you love your man, and you treat him nice and you treat him well. Like, What's wrong with that? They can't even come online and even say these things anymore because they just have to shit on men 24/7.
The way that
The bad boy doesn't get women because he's a bad guy. He gets women because women find him attractive. That's why he gets the woman. See, women will always make it easy for guys that they like. This is why I don't believe in the whole idea of a man approaching a woman. As a man, if you always have to approach women, you already lost. You already lost. If you was a man like Brad Pitt, or if you was somebody like Eric Bellinger, or if you was somebody like Usher Raymond, do you really think you would have to approach a woman? No, you would have women approaching you.
I get what Unc is saying, but I don't think very many men can get to those statuses to be able to have that many women come to them. But I admit that most men can get to a status where they can get a woman to like them. Find a woman to want them. Just gotta work hard. And I'm not saying work hard to get a woman. No, you work hard to have a good life. Good means, good lifestyle, and then women just gravitate towards those things.
The man, if you always got to be the one to approach, you always got to be the one to put yourself out there on the line, then that ought to let you know that you lost as a man.
I'm lost in my life if I have to approach a woman? No, there's plenty of men who have approached women who was out of their leagues and they still can pull them and have those women going. But we get what he was trying to say. The woman just wasn't attracted to the man initially.
I refuse to approach women in public because I refuse to be your ego booster. I refuse to stroke your pride. I refuse to be the next talking point in your group chat. Why would I approach a generation of women that have been taught and programmed to directly reject men? Why would we do that? I refuse to prove that I'm just a better choice and a better option than the men that you're going to consciously choose, whether I approach you or not. Like, women, do you think we don't see the type of men that you guys walk out in public with? Like, your boyfriends are ugly as shit. The men that you are out in public with are dusty, out of shape. All of them got them frizzy, dusty ass dreads. Can't pull up their pants for shit. Can't
True.
talk worth the shit. Isn't educated on a goddamn thing. And you think that we, as conventionally attractive men, the respectable men, the respectful men, who embody all the things that modern day women say that they look for in a man, why would we approach a generation of women who are not only consciously choosing to reject good men, but in the same breath will consciously, upon rejecting that good man, go to the man that is obviously no good for nobody, not even himself?
Now he's actually bringing up a point that men have been trying to figure out for decades now. Why do women really do choose the bad guy over the good guy? Is it for the excitement? Is it for the thrills? We don't know, but
I've always kind of said it's for the control factor. Like, a lot of these women can control somewhat. Like, yeah, they're Chads and Ray Rays and Pookies, but they also don't have money. A lot of the Chad, Ray Rays, and Pookies don't have money. These women have money. They think they can control them with money until Chad, Ray Ray, and Pookie do what Chad, Ray Ray, Pookie does and moves on to the next baby mama.
But these are always usually the men that they choose and reproduce with.
When you see that happen enough times, from childhood, teenage years, college, well into your adult life, you're not gonna take none of these bitches serious. They don't even take their own laden life serious. They don't. Like I said, why would me, the guy who takes care of myself, handsome, creative, all that shit, right? Mind you, I ain't perfect, but why would I approach women who choose to date horrible people? Choose to date horrible men. It just doesn't make any sense, especially in the black community. Black women are the worst when it comes to choosing bad men intentionally to be with. Black women will choose a guy that literally has the opposite lifestyle of them. And it just doesn't make any sense. So like I said, when you see that happen enough times, why would I approach you? To prove to you that I'm a better choice than the guy that you're gonna go and fuck on anyway? Than the guy you're gonna go consciously choose to be a single mother for? Like, I don't understand it. And I'm not here to convince y'all. And I think that's what bothers a lot of women when it comes to this conversation. As to why they're like, why men don't approach no more? It's because we're holding you to your own dating standards. Because just like men, if there's a woman that I genuinely deemed pretty enough, interesting looking enough for me to approach and ask for, I'm going to do that. Because as men, we're taught to go after what we want. So
exactly, I mean, I always tell you guys, I always wait for those clear signs. Again, they're not always clear signs. I always say clear signs, but sometimes it's not. You still fail, but at least have them show some interest in you. Yeah, we can go after whatever we want. It could be a woman out of our league, but I'd rather go after someone that likes me. That just makes much more sense. Does it not?
if you as a woman are not satisfied with your dating life, but yet you're only going for guys that are approaching you, what the fuck does that tell you? Maybe, just a little bit maybe you should take your own dating life into your own hands as a grown-ass woman and approach the man that you want. But hey, maybe that's just a little too much accountability and control for your life. Since women love control, y'all want to control everything but your own dating life, but don't want to do arranged marriages. Like I said, a lot of these conversations I can make into a whole other videos, but I'm about to stay on topic. The topic at hand is that I don't approach women because I'm not in the game of proving my point. I'm not in the game of proving to women who don't know how to recognize a good man that I am a good man, that I am a better...
Well, it's kind of like you don't even want to prove you're a good man. When they tell you you're a good man, it's almost kind of a diss.
...choice than what the fuck you guys are walking out in public with. And because I see the men that you guys are choosing, because I see the men that you guys are entertaining, I see the men that you guys are fucking, I see the men that are leaving y'all as single mom, I'm seeing the men that you guys are walking out in public with. Fuck no, I'm not approaching y'all. Look at the guys you're walking around with. Your boyfriends are ugly as shit. I'ma say it. It don't make me no less than a heterosexual than to use my human biological eye to look at a lot of the guys that y'all walking around with in public and be like, yeah, that man is hideous. That man is a gross man to be with. So yeah, that's why guys aren't approaching y'all no more. It's because, well, we see the type of guys you date and we just simply don't want to play into that role. And a lot of us are checked out of the game of having to prove our point to y'all when women don't even know how to recognize a good man and have been programmed and brainwashed into demonizing and rejecting attractive men. So, hey, this is the bed y'all made. This is the dating market y'all made. Congratulations. You played yourself.
Well, I think he's saying that he's not going to focus or date women until the women start to change their stance. And
what do we always say? They got to come right, right? Like, that's the only problem that we have. If they came right, then we're all for it. But that's the problem. They're not coming right. They're wrong all the damn time.
I guess he's not going to be dating women at all because they're not going to change their stance. Since the beginning of time, women been chasing the bad boy over the good man, regardless of whatever era we was in. So I know he's just trying to make a point, but I hope he's really not standing on that. If he's looking to get with a woman one day, like, bro, that's gonna be a lonely life. Like, I think you can still date women. You just gotta be aware of their nature.
I 100% agree. You just protect yourself. There's a lot of dangers out there. Yes, you can still protect yourself and still get screwed over, but that's the risk that you have to be willing to take if you want to be out there. If not, then it's okay. That's why MGTOW's there.
Per se.
Now, you got so many women who, just because they went to college, figure out it raises their value.
Yep.
Especially this group.
I'm a PhD.
I had my ladies focus group the other day, and the themes continue to kind of play out. Interesting conversation, interesting questions. But one thing over and over, I'm not going to settle. I became this woman over here, therefore I deserve this man over here. Well, ladies, like I tell every one of you, men don't care about what you have. We care about who you are. And your master's, your PhD, your property, your car, whatever, is not, not what men choose.
Some men really don't care about women's careers. Like, we don't care if you was in school for 5 years and you're about to be a dentist or you're going to be a lawyer. Have all these degrees, right? Like, a man will deadass leave you for a bitch that work at Target that's just submissive, feminine, and didn't go to school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, a dude will definitely leave you for a less qualified woman. It's just facts. It's just facts.
But that's what qualifying means, right? Less qualified in what sense, right? Just because of education and status and things? No, they qualify better because they're submissive, they're friendly, they're nice to us.
Because, like, I think personally, a man would never want to be with a girl that makes more than him. A man don't want to be with a woman that is not submissive, that thinks they're...
I mean, tell the truth, I wouldn't mind it if she didn't mind it. That's the problem that we have, is we know women have an issue with it. That's why we have an issue with it.
Like, we don't like independent shit. You feel me? Like, I feel like independent women, yeah, might as well just be alone. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about like, yeah, of course, get your money, start a business, get your degree. But I'm saying, like, a dude not gonna care about those accolades.
Now, I don't completely agree with everything he just said.
Agreed.
I really don't mind if a woman makes her own money. You know, she can take that money and buy whatever she wants and treat herself, knowing that I will also treat her too, as long as she's breaking bread with me, just like
Correct.
I'm breaking bread with her. It doesn't hurt. I'm not gonna be a, ego man.
I've told you guys already before, like, I want someone that is very close. Right, at least with the same mentality and things about business, about how to grow. I don't really care if they make as much money as me, but I care that they have the mentality to want to grow like me.
Maniac, because my woman makes money too. And another point I want to make with that is I kind of want a woman that, has things going on in her life.
Correct.
Whether it's a career or a job, anything to keep herself occupied from
Correct.
thinking about me all day. Like the old folks used to say, your idle mind is the devil's playground. Dude, you don't want your woman just sitting around without a job all day doing nothing, watching TV. No, she need to stay busy. She need to have a task at hand. If you got to, get her to work for you if you can, but don't ever let...
That's pretty much how I set a lot of things up, right? If I get a girl long term, I try to set her up in one of my companies or like one of my careers or businesses, to where at least she's not getting paid like normal wages, but she's getting paid a little bit for doing little tasks here and there, because I provide a little bit of like a little career, like a little side hustle for them, because I also need extra things done, so I don't mind willing to pay for it either.
Your woman sit around with an idle mind. Make sure she got hobbies. She freaking going to Pilates classes or something, versus sitting around with nothing to do. But anyways, that's all I got in this video.
No, I 100% agree. That's why stay-at-home wives don't make sense to me. Stay-at-home mothers make sense, but stay-at-home wives, unless they got other shit to do, why are they staying at home? Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.